As an administrator, you do have the option to come in here and edit forum topics and forum replies directly here from within the interface. As you can see, you can trash, you can move, split trash, mark as spam. You have the ability to do all that to these posts up front, but it's much easier to actually do that in the administrative interface. Down here at the very bottom, you'll see we have replies, topics, and forums. And if I click on forums, you'll see I have listed the 4 forums here. I'm going to go ahead and open up goods. And right now, I've got the forum title in there. I don't have a forum description, but if I added it, it would show up right here. Down here, there is the convert post type to forum. You're not going to want to convert this post type. It will pretty much ruin any forum or forum post types at all. So you definitely don't want to use the post type conversion here. And you can always come up here to screen options and just remove convert post type from this edit screen, and it will remove it from that edit screen. As you see, this is just kind of an interesting little thing here in WordPress. Wherever you are, you can come in here to screen options, and it will show you certain widgets on the screen that you can show and hide. And that'll be almost every WordPress screen has the different options for whatever you're in. It has it right up here. But let me go ahead and talk about the forum attributes here real quick. So here we've got our type of forum or category. Category is just basically a group of forums that you put under one category. And so what we're going to do, generally speaking, in this system, you're only going to want to use forum there. Status is open and closed. Now, open means that the public can see it and that they can go ahead and make posts make topics, post topics, and post replies to those topics. If you close that forum, then people are still going to be able to see it out front, but they're not going to be able to make a post or make a reply or anything to that forum, but they will still be able to view it. If you change the visibility to private, then only people that you either invite to that forum or who have contributed to it while it was a public forum will be able to actually see that forum and those posts. If you mark it to hidden, only administrators will be able to see it, and only from the administrative interface. So generally speaking, you're going to want to keep all of your forums public, and you'll want to keep probably most of them opened. There may be some reasons that you may want to close a forum. You wouldn't want to continue to leave it open but still have it visible. In that case, you would change that to close. That's really the only primary forum attributes that there are. You can make a forum a child of another forum if you want to, so it'll show up as a sub forum. And you can change the order which it's in right now. Right now I've got this ordered as 4, so it shows up at the bottom. I could come over here and change the order to a 0 and just allow it to do a default sorting. And you'll see if I do that and I refresh the page over here, now this is going to change, and now the goods is going to be number 2 because it was the second one created. But if I want it to be all the way at the bottom, I can change the order and say, no, go ahead and make that the 4th one down. And I give that a lower number. And I wouldn't necessarily have to give it number 4. I could have given it number 10 or 25. So you could increment them in 5s if you want to. A lot of people, generally speaking, when doing ordering and stuff, they order their initial items with usually 5 or 10 different numbers between them, because the system will still order them the same. But that way, when you add new items, if you want to move something in between 2 items, you don't have to go in there and change all those numbers for the corresponding items. You can just instead go in there and you still have 10 digits to work with in between there. So that's the reason that a lot of times when ordering, you'll see people order, the first thing will be ordered as 1 and the next one will be ordered as 5 or 10, and they'll go in multiples of that, and that's how people do that for ordering, generally speaking, in web design. So that's what you can do with the forums over here in just the main forum editing screen. Below that is the ability to edit topics, and when people are in the forums case, they create the initial posts, which are their initial topics in the forums, and people can go in and read their topics and then post replies to those. So the main topics that they post are here in topics, and the replies that they post are here in replies. and you can come in here and directly from within the screen you can edit that. You can edit the topic, you can edit the name, you can edit the content of the topic. You can change it from normal, which is just a normal content, to sticky, which will put it up at the very top above all of the other normal posts, and then super sticky, which is the ability to put a post that will stand even above the normal sticky post, which will always be at the top no matter what. For instance, if you wanted to post rules for a particular forum, then you might want to make those super sticky. So you would still have the ability to make other things sticky, and they would come to the top, but your forum rules would always be up there right at the top, and you could say, before posting, please read these. And that's what super sticky does. And then open, closed, spam, trash, and pending. Pretty self-explanatory there. If you close it, people will still be able to see it, but they won't be able to post to it. If somebody creates a topic and you mark it as spam, it will simply mark that as spam. It won't be shown up front anymore. Mark it as trash, it will send it to the trash, but it doesn't permanently delete it. And then you can also mark it as pending, which means that in this particular system, if you want us to, we can make it so that when people post topics, that it posts it as a pending and not a published post. Therefore, you have to approve every post. System isn't generally set up like that default, but if you would like that, let us know. And that's what that pending status does. The pending status means that it's there, it's just pending, it's not doing anything, it's just sitting in limbo until an administrator gives a yay or nay on it. That's what that means. And you can also switch and take this topic and move it to another forum if you want to right there. This is the author ID of who posted the topic. I don't think that you would really need to change this, but if you want to, you can. But they're done by ID number, which is kind of a little bit difficult to get. If you do need to do that, let me know. I'll create a screencast showing you how to do that. Do not, once again, use the convert post type. You don't need to do that, and this will ruin your forum topic. So down here, tags for the forum, so that you can go ahead and tag that particular forum topic with certain tags. Pretty direct and to the point. And you'll come down here to replies, and you'll see that replies has a very similar interface. And when you open it up, you'll see all the different things that you pretty much see over here in a normal topic, except you won't have the ability to close it or mark it as spam or anything like that. It's just a reply. So it is tied in to that topic. So if you wanted to, you can delete the individual replies and get rid of them, but whatever happens, be aware that whatever you do to the normal post type, if you make that post type sticky, if you send it to the trash, if you mark it as spam, all of these will automatically go with that. These are a child post of these. So anything that happens to these will automatically happen to the replies. So if you delete this, these replies are going to be deleted as well, just to let you know. So when editing replies and stuff, you can edit replies just like you can and normally and just update them normally like you would. Over here though, where you see it's going to say topic and reply to and then ID, generally speaking, you're not going to want to change these. These are the topics these are the numbers, internal numbers that say, okay, well, the topics are going to 7583, which is the topic number. That's what it's associated with, and it's saying reply to, and here it's got a 0. If I had posted something and I want replies to this, like I had said, please notify me of replies, it's going to put their user ID in there, and that is the user ID of the person in the system that when somebody replies to their reply, they're going to get an email to. So that's what that number is for. So generally speaking, you'll want to leave these alone. But you can change where it says reply attributes and it has forms. You can change these replies. You can go ahead and change them to another forum. So I don't know exactly why they have that feature in there, because I tested this, and when you do it, it removes this as a child topic and just posts it as a reply, as a general reply underneath the forum. So I'm a little confused. I think this may be in here because it may work with other plugins, or there may be some type of functionality or features that I'm missing there. But as far as I can tell, in a reply, you're never going to want to change any of this stuff over here at all. And I still, for the life of me, can't figure out what they have that in there, but you're definitely not going to want to change it on a reply, because it uncouples it from this topic, and then just puts it in that general forum, just as if it was a topic itself. So you're definitely not going to want to change anything pretty much over here at all. But you can go ahead and change the reply title as well as the reply content right here, and you can of course change the statuses of it as well, just like you can with any post type. But generally speaking, you'll want to leave it published. So anyway, that's how you administer the forums, the topics, and the replies here. If you do want us to go ahead and make it so that when people make post forum topics or post replies that you have to moderate them first, let us know. It's really simple to do that. We can do that in just a little while. But if your forums get very busy, your email account is going to get flooded with a lot of notifications. So just to let you know. Anyhow, if you have any further questions or anything, just let us know. Thanks.